Hello guys, in this video here we will be changing the rear caliper in this Saab NG9-3, and we start by taking off the wheel bolts with a 17mm wrench. And when we have taken the wheel bolts off, we can also remember to block off all of the wheels, since we can't use a handbrake, and also put the gear lever, if you have a manual, into reverse. Then you have two safeties for the car not starting to roll forwards. Then we can remove these plastic caps for the two gliding bolts. And you need to remove these gliding bolts first, and it's used a 7mm hex key or Allen key. And then on the left side you must remember to turn clockwise, because everything is reversed this way, and it shouldn't be on too hard, and we just need to spin them all the way out. And then we can take off the handbrake cable. We just push in this end thing here, and then it should be able to pop out. Then we just need to push it through this hole here. And if it's really stuck and you can't get it out without hammering and such, just take an angle grinder and cut off the top of that caliper. Then we take off this spring here, or you can just bend it to the side if it's really rusted in place, which it often is. And then the caliper should move out, and you with some light force, and you should be able to remove it. And you can actually see that this boot here was ripped, but it's still functioning just fine. But I changed the other side, so I just wanted to change this one as well. Then we need to remove this bolt for the brake line, and it's a 11mm, it's a 30mm bolt there, and there are two spacers, or these washers on each side that you must remember to put on, otherwise it will start to leak. You can see them on both sides here of that flange thing. And also remember to tighten up, that you can tighten up more later. Then I just scrape off some of these. It would be maybe advisable to take it all off and clean it up real well, but I didn't really do that. But we put on some of this anti-seize grease, and then we can put in the brake pads in the right direction. And then we lube up the gliding holders things there with the grease that comes with the new calipers, or you can buy the appropriate grease. And then I just push it in, and just spread it. Now the gliding bolts are installed and tightened, and also this front spring is pushed on, and I use some copper grease on that spring and also in that holder as well for the braking cable, so in the future it will be easier to take off, and also grind it a little bit on the braking cable there. Then everything should be able to install as the braking cable. If you can't get it to push long enough, you just push that holder thing back and it should be fine. And then we should also fill in some DOT4 brake fluid, and then bleed the brakes. And you can do this by yourself if you have like a brake bleeding thing like this, where the hose goes down into brake fluid so it doesn't take get air back in it when you stop to push the brake pedals. And you put that hose on that bleeding nipple, and it's a 10mm screw that you just open slightly like this to get it to move free, and the brake fluid should come out of it. You don't have to push it along or screw it a long way, otherwise it will just start to come out of the threads. And when you see the brake fluid is clear and you don't have any more bubbles, you can just tighten it up. And don't tighten it too hard. When it's stopped to come out more of the brake fluid, just tighten it more so you feel it's tight, but it's really easy to strip it if you are using a too long of a wrench, and then everything should be fine. And it would also be advisable when you are bleeding the brakes, you should really do all of the sides if you haven't bleeding the brakes in a long time. In my car, I think that was a really good idea, because I could see all of the old brake fluid coming out, and that can also make the lines rust from the inside out if there's too much water in it, because it takes up water after it ages. And also remember to never let the main reservoir for the brake fluid run dry when you are bleeding the brakes. So if you push a lot of times, you need to check back and see so you're not running it dry. Then you will have more problems and will have to bleed the whole system. And I think there was also one more thing I wanted to talk about. And when you are finished, just remember when you should the brake pedal. Mine like take 1 or 2 pumps, but it should be hard and firm. It shouldn't like be squishy to push out afterwards, and if the brake pedal like sinks in, that means that you have a leak. And when you have finished all of this, it's also a good idea maybe to come back later and see that you have none of the brake fluid leaking out, because this is a really important feature of your car, of course, to be able to stop. So if you're not confident in doing this job, you should maybe get someone that really knows what they're doing to do it, because you don't really want to have bad brakes on your car. But take my video as not as a guide, but take my steps and how I do it, and apply that to your own knowledge, and this video should give you some help and guidance in how it's done on this car. And if you need any more clearer information on bleeding brakes or other stuff, you can also check out more mechanic videos on YouTube. But I always think it's a good thing to have a video that shows more clearly the steps on your model. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you found it a little bit useful.